Good morning, Phoenix Physics students. It's Wednesday, April 27th, and I want to just point out a few things that I might not have discussed in the introductory video. Speaking of which, if you haven't watched it, please do. If you go to the announcements, you'll see this introduction contact information announcement, and make sure you watch the video because I went to some pains to try to answer every question you might have, or at least anticipate those questions. But there's always things that I don't address. And one I just want to make clear is about the Mastering Physics assignments. So if you go into the current module, you see these assignments right here. You can just, other than noting the date that the assignment is due, you could ignore it. I mean, it tells you what's due and when it's due. So you have a textbook exercises due by next Monday, and this lab assignment due Monday as well. But beyond that, you don't have to do anything here. So just ignore that. There's nothing to submit here. But, and I did say this in the introductory video, you access the assignments up here. And here they are. And I've made them all available. So if you want to work ahead, you're welcome to. But in the first week, you're really responsible for just the textbook exercises in the lab. These other ones, the tutorials and the introduction to Mastering Physics, are very useful. I do recommend you do them because it will help you do better on the actual assignments. So please try to do them. It even gives you estimates of the amount of time you need to invest in them. So make sure you do that this week. And also you might notice, even after you've submitted them, when Monday comes around, or maybe early Tuesday morning, it might say that you're late in submitting it. If you know you've done the assignment, don't worry. I have to manually make entries into the gradebook to show that you've done it. So I'm going to go and check in Mastering Physics that you did it, probably on Tuesday. It might be Wednesday. Just give me a little bit of time. And I have to manually go and actually make an entry into the gradebook showing that you've done it. I probably won't enter the scores until, the next Friday or Saturday. I usually give everyone like 4 days beyond the due date to make sure you complete it. There is a late penalty, so 10% per day, up to a maximum of 40%. So for each day late, 10% of your score will be deducted. But if you're more than 4 days late, it won't deduct more than 40% of your score. So even if something happens and you're way late, it's still worthwhile doing it. It's always better than getting a 0. But it would be wise to send me an email. If I've entered a 0 for your score for a certain week, and then you went back and did the assignment, make sure to let me know with a message, because otherwise I don't get any alerts or anything about it. So let me know about that. And you might notice that I've created a link to a live meeting for this week. It's going to be Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, which is 6 o'clock Phoenix time. So at least that's what I think. The difference between Phoenix never changes their clock. So I think that's correct. But anyway, to be sure, just click on the link before the meeting starts. It should show the time in your time zone. And again, this meeting is optional. You're not required to attend it, but you're strongly encouraged to for 2 reasons. One is it gives you an opportunity to ask questions and get them answered in real time. And also it makes it a lot better for me because if I have students prompting me, I usually think of things that are more helpful than if I'm just by myself. And also under learning activities, remember, this is where your reading assignments are. So access them here. And I've also created a link to an applet about Newton's laws of motion. Oops, I looked at the wrong place. This is the applet right here. Okay, forces in motion. So take a look at that. Those kind of make a lot of the concepts come to life. So you can, have a tug of war and see what happens. Okay. So anyway, play around with that if you can. And that's it for now, and I'll see you in class.